is the history of horror video games? Are there good ones? Are there bad ones?
It's a particular passion of mine. There are horror video games, and then there's a subgenre, which this is sort of the forefront of, that are called survival horror games, which is usually where you are not a super-powered video game person. You're a fallible, killable person, and you usually don't have cool weapons, or you have no weapons at all, and it's about hiding from things or always running away at the right time.
Which I think is really that speaks to me in a real life kind of situation.
And it does, is that thing that you're like, well, I'm now reacting exactly as I would in this situation.
Right. How can I quickly run away from this? This is what I was built for. I was built to hide and run.
There's a game that came out last year called Outlast, where you play a journalist that goes into a haunted asylum to try and videotape what's happening there. And you play the game mostly looking through the night vision viewfinder of your camera.
Okay.
While people hunt you and you hide in places and try to control your breathing. It is...
Wow, that's the whole game.
That is the whole game. It is. And it has a very fun cabin in the woodsy type twist at a point where I was just like, oh, we're going for it. This is fun.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's what I think it should be, right? I mean, because otherwise you spend the whole time tense and afraid, and I might as well watch the news.
And that is one of the problems with people getting into this genre, is that there are a lot of games that you can sit down and play for 15 hours straight. And sometimes with horror games, you're like, I think 30 minutes was good. I forgot to breathe that whole time. I feel bad on the inside, like a vomity kind of bad thing.
Right, nauseous and uncomfortable.
My favorite game of all time is called Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem, and it came out on the GameCube. Again, there have been like 3 scary games ever released by Nintendo, and it's insane that this one exists. It's a very Cthulhu-based story that takes place in this family's lineage across all these different time periods. But what that game had is that you had a health bar, but you also had a sanity meter. And the longer you looked at monsters, or the longer you were scared of something, the more your sanity meter dropped. And what the game would do when you started to go insane was that it would break the fourth wall. It would change the volume on your TV. It would delete save games, or it would make you think that you'd lost a save game, and you'd be like 12 hours or it would change your controller, and you'd be in a room and you suddenly couldn't move while the monsters were just attacking you, and you'd be like, why can't I?
Why is it bug, and not a bug?
And not a bug. Game.
Holy crap. What's the name? Eternal what?
Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem. And one of the great parts of it is that sanity meter was such a great idea, and the company that made this game bungled their licensing so much that Nintendo now owns the rights to having a sanity meter in your game, but no one else will ever make a horror game there. So that's just that thing that they get to put in their vault.
Oh my God, that's just in the vault.